So today is one of those days. Everything is getting on your nerves. You're just full with anger from the inside. You're walking around and everything you see and everybody you meet is just driving you crazy. But of course, how can you walk around like that? I mean, it's not acceptable in school or in your work. No, society says no to anger. So what do you do with it? Now in this video I'm going to give you a couple of tips that you can use today in order to decrease your anger, in order to fit in the normal society, right? So tip number one, of course, go and exercise. I mean, whatever that is for you. For me, it's kickboxing. Why? Because kickboxing is where I can go and I can release my anger. I mean, I can hit the back, I can spar with some other guys. Of course, I don't want to hurt anybody, but I just want to release this anger, this energy. And it doesn't have to be kickboxing, it could be anything else. I also like to go to the gym and hit the weights, so this anger can come out. You can go for a run, you can go and do some shouting. And some days when I cannot even go to the gym because, I don't know, I just wake up and this energy, I just put my mattress on my wall, I put my hand gloves and I just like bam, 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 hitting it up, releasing this anger. And after that I feel much better. So I highly recommend go and do any kind of exercise. It will definitely help to release your anger. Now tip number two is meditate. Now this is something from the Eastern world. You can imagine maybe some kind of like Buddha or some kind of Dalai Lama or anybody like Indian guru could be meditating, but they're not the only people who can do that. And actually you, yes, you, if you're like me, 20 years something, Western society member, you can also meditate in order to decrease that anger. Those emotions which are really not useful to you right now, you can sit down on the ground for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, man. If you can do 20 minutes, you're great. And you're gonna feel it directly. You'll calm down in a natural way. You feel much more peaceful and you think like, wow, why was I so angry 10 minutes ago? So go and do some meditation. The third tip is something that some of my friends always do. I don't usually do it. However, you can try it out. And that is basically to go and talk to a friend of yours. Yes, I have a friend of mine and when she gets angry, she gets on the phone with her best friend and she just starts shouting. She just says, hey, I just need to unleash this. And she starts like, my boss said this and this happened. 5 minutes later, she feels great. She has, released this negative energy. Now, I personally don't like to do it because I don't like to bring my negative energy to anybody, but I have a couple of close friends with whom I just share it, even over text. I say, man, today's one of those days that I want to kill everybody around me. And yeah, just sharing with somebody can really help you to release the weight of your shoulders. So go and try it out. And tip number 4 is a little bit more unconventional. Now, I'm not sure if you're gonna be willing to try that. It's a little bit more advanced, it's a little bit more out there, but for me it does miracles and I can highly recommend it. And that is crying. Now, before you think like, what the fuck is this? This is some homo shit, this is some gay stuff. Let me quickly explain a little bit about emotions. Now, we have different kind of emotions, right? Sometimes you can be super happy, sometimes you can be very grateful, sometimes you can just be a little bit, like pessimistic. Sometimes you can be angry and sometimes you can be very, very sad. And now, if you put them like this, usually sadness is below anger. And all that we are not supposed to use anger in nowadays in society, sadness is something that is much more looked down to. So people usually don't release their sadness in any ways, shape or form. So it's usually stored in a storage under pressure. And because if you have sadness, because something happened in your childhood or back in your teen years, this sadness will like to escape and come out. And if you don't allow it, it will usually manifest itself as anger. That's why sometimes you just feel angry for no reason, because there's this sadness which is usually pushing. So if you're brave enough, I have a complete video on that. I think you can click on the card here and check this video. It's a video which is about crying and how you can actually start crying if you have never cried for the last 5 or 10 years. It's pretty cool stuff. It really helps me. I usually do it and I really highly recommend it. And the last tip, number 5, would be to be grateful. And now, I know you've heard it many times, you've heard people saying like, yes, you have to be grateful for the small things in life, but let me explain why that helps. Now, when you're angry, you're concentrated on these negative emotions in your body, you're concentrated on everything else which is irritating you. And yes, I know, when you're angry, everything and everybody is irritating you, right? However, if you do this exercise, and it will just take you like 1 to 5 minutes, you really see a major difference in how you feel. And that is to start to say everything you're grateful for. Now you can do it in your mind, or you can write it down, or whatever works for you. I usually like to do it on my bicycle. I'm cycling and I'm saying, I'm grateful for my hands. I'm grateful for my eyes. I'm grateful for my amazing voice. I'm grateful for my brain that is working. I'm grateful for the money that I have in my bank account. I'm grateful for the food I have in my fridge. I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for my parents that are still alive. I'm grateful. You get the picture. Now, you do that for 5 minutes. You just say like 20, 30, 50 things that you're grateful for. And what you're doing is actually you're changing the setting of your brain to refocus on something good in your life. And once you do that, basically you realize you cannot be really angry. You actually have to be grateful for everything, and the things you were angry at, you feel like, oh my God, this is not so important. And it just changes your perspective on things. Now, the 5 tips, one more time. If you're angry today, go and release it. Hit some things. Don't hit people because you might get into trouble with the police. Then, once you've done that, sit down and do some meditation. After you finish your meditation, you can try to tell to your friends like, hey man, I'm really angry. I tried to hit the bag. I tried to meditate. It doesn't work. I just want to share it with you. And once you've shared it with your friends, if this doesn't work, you can start a little bit of a crying session. You can sit down at home, play some emotional music, and just release a couple of tears, okay? And last but not least, try to see how many things are you grateful for. Write them down, say them out loud, whatever works for you, and you're gonna see a major shift in how you feel. You're not gonna feel angry, you're gonna feel grateful. Now, my friend, try them out, try one of them or try all of them. And of course, if this is something you like, if you enjoy this content, if you think this is something like, wow, this guy is interesting, crazy, then click the subscribe button, click the like button, because I'm uploading a new video every single week. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of those crazy, interesting personal development concepts with you and helping you improving your life, your emotional life, and your social skills, of course, because, I mean, this is fun. All right, until next week, and peace out. Don't be so angry.